So I'm looking to redeem myself here a little bit after yesterday's issues. This hive, I was pretty confident, oh golly, 10 days at least ago, that it was queenless, and I put in a frame from a neighboring hive, something I rarely do. I don't try to save them generally. If there's not any evidence that they've tried to make a queen, and all we're seeing still is drone brood, I'm going to shake them out and distribute their resources to other hives and go about my business. We're going to find out what's going on in here. This again was a swarm I caught in one of the trees just across the way. And you know, like a month ago, and I thought I'd gotten a queen. I didn't see her, but all the indications were that I had a queen. Good population. Good population. But what I liked about them a lot, it made me really believe they were queen right, was they, and I may discover here in a minute that I'm wrong, but my memory of it is that they were drawn comb very nicely, which doesn't, whoa, y'all, which doesn't, usually a queenless hive, that just is not ordinarily the case. So we're going to look. We're just going to shake them out. That is what's about to happen here. So first, what I got to do is remove all evidence that there was a hive here. So the returning foragers or bees that I shake out in the yard that come back looking for the old house won't find one. And they'll begin to expand their search, and ultimately most of them will probably wind up in this hive, some probably in that. And I'm going to shake them out in front of some of these other hives. Some will go into those. I'll show you how I do it. And just because this is the way I do it doesn't mean it's the right way. It's just the way I do it. I'll show you. I've taken all the hive parts and I moved them out about 20 or 30 feet. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take frame by frame and every piece of equipment, and I'm going to shake them out in front of these hives and let those bees come to a rest wherever they come to a rest. I'm going to take all of those frames and put them in. I have a 10 frame empty box, and the hive on the end that just is 2 deeps, there's a queen in there, but I'm pretty sure it's swarm, probably produced this swarm, and is just now recovering. So I'm just going to put the, since they're going to make any honey for me anyway, I'm going to put that deep on top of them. I'm going to put a feeder on. I'm going to feed them, so maybe they'll draw some more of this comb out. There's a few frames of wax foundation I'd like to get drawn. And then by either fall or next spring, I'll take those 10 frames and put them somewhere else. That's the plan. So I smoked them. And I'm going to move them down here and start shaking them out. Some will go into the hives they're shaking in front of. Some will try to return, and there'll probably be a lot of them congregate on the front of that hive. But for the most part, they'll get taken. I don't know if the microphone's picking up the sound of those bees fanning when I smoke them, but certainly by no means a sure sign. You can see them gravitating toward this hive. Any of them that, you know, are, instead of flying right into the entrance of the hive where I'm shaking them, instead they're trying to go back to where the old house was. They're not finding it. This is the nearest hive, and so Yeah, that's where they're migrating to. You look closely, I don't know if you can see it from there, but if you look closely on the landing board, there's a little bit of scrapping going on, but they'll get over it. There's nobody in here looking for a fight. You can see they're gravitating mostly to that hive, but we're accumulating some on the others. And that's what I'd really rather do, is distribute them among the various hives, knowing full well that the nearest hive will get the lion's share. And if we look really closely, you know, there's a lot of bees on that landing board with their abdomens in the air, fanning their homing pheromones, and nobody's bothering them, so you know they're going to get accepted. And that's a lot of times the concern. For all those resources, that's the destination.